Ladies and gentlemen, once again it is I, DigiDriver, back with another flight in FSX Steam Edition. Today's flight is going to be a flight taking advantage of the VATSIM FNO on the West Coast, and I may have just about gone crazy. I actually am daring to fly a payware aircraft deep into the heart of air traffic controlled airspace. Fortunately enough for me, I like this aircraft a whole bunch. This is the KSAN Embraer FNO 100. I like to think of it as a little pipsqueak, and this thing is a beaut. Today we're going to be flying November 358 Juliet Sierra, and hopefully this will result in something good and no sim crashing, although I can't promise anything. And matter of fact, depending on whether or not, I'm not going to worry about it. We are at Orbex's new San Diego scenery, and we're here sitting by ourselves. I think, yeah, I actually am on right now, but nobody's actually at KSAN. Everybody, I think, is flying from Oakland to Salt Lake, and I am going to kind of thread the needle. At first, I thought I was actually going to go from Oakland to Salt Lake, but then I thought to myself, a little tiny like puddle jumper like mine, mixing it up with the likes of airliners would be interesting to say the least. But then I thought maybe it's just better for me to do an easier flight to get used to flying this again, because I haven't flown this in a while. So let me do that. Let me actually do that. So parking brake is set right now. Nothing's turned on. Let's go ahead and get the alternate battery, there we go. Alternate battery turned on.
Terrain, system test, okay. TOS, system test, okay.
Okay, so I like hearing that. And to improve frame rate, I'm going to go ahead and use 2D panels and close this. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and let's see, this is usually, there we go. Don't know why there's so many beeps when this thing gets started, but whatever. Okay, so we'll open up, and Mrs. DigiDriver is saying hello once again. Oh gosh, guys, we have some big stuff to talk about today. In between all the ATC that I'm going to be dodging, take this out for frame rate, I think. We're actually happy today because my wife went to go see her doctor, and she got told she is going to have surgery to fix her foot problem. She has a torn Achilles tendon, and I think they're going to give her surgery that she's been waiting to hear about and do for a long time. So we'll probably talk more about that once we get up in the sky, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and get rolling with a quick cockpit safety inspection check. Courtesy light, we don't really need the courtesy light right now. As you can clearly tell, we can see real well in this cabin without it. But courtesy light, say checked. Now, emergency door locking pin. Anytime I deal with stuff like emergency door locking pins and oxygen, circuit breakers, I usually just go ahead and say check. So, emergency door locking pin check, emergency door check, water barrier check, documents, manuals, and charts checked, maintenance status checked, emergency equipment checked, oxygen bottle valve handle. We're going to go ahead and say push to restore, and Oxygen supply control knob should be PAX auto, and it is. Oxygen mask regulator. Checked 100%. Gen 1 and 2 switches, we're going to go ahead and set to auto. GPU button as required. Let's go ahead and say it's in use. Let's go ahead and also check the bus tie knob. Bus tie knob is auto. Now, battery 1 and 2 switches are supposed to be turned off. I'm not sure. I usually turn one on anyway because of the fact that this thing just doesn't, I think sometimes just shuts off. Circuit breakers, we're going to say they're all in because that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to me. So the circuit breakers are checked. Okay, set fuel pump 1 and 2 switches to auto. And fuel transfer button is pushed out. This is pushed in. That's out. ELT switch will on it. And pusher cutout is pushed out. Hydraulic pump knob set to auto. Gust lock pin check. Rudder gust lock check. Shield 1 and 2 switches, we'll set those to off for now. It might get colder later, but we'll find out. AOS AOA knob will set to auto. Engine 1 and 2 switches, we'll leave those off. Wing stab switch, we're going to leave off. Inspection light is off. Landing gear lever is definitely down. Pressurization mode switch will set to auto. Bleed knob will set to both. I always let the computer handle my cabin pressurization for me. And what else? Dump button should be pushed out. That's pushed in. And that's pushed out. Okay, air conditioning as required. Let the cabin set its own air conditioning requirements. Shut off 1 and 2 buttons. Shut off 1 and 2 buttons are both pushed. They both look checked. Bottle switch is off. Start and stop knobs are both off. Lap lever is set to 0. Parking brake is set. And the last one that you can't see is seatbelts checked. Seatbelts look good. Side. They look good. Okay, so cockpit safety inspection checklist complete. Alright, so let's go ahead and do a little bit more powering up before I contact ATC. Battery 1 and 2 switches will set to on. GPU is connected. And CVDR panel, I'm assuming it's talking about this. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but CVDR panel, I'm going to go ahead and say is okay or checked. And electronic checklist checked. We're going through it right now. So power up checklist is complete. Now we are plugged in, so I'm going to go ahead and exit the checklist for now and go to the flight planner. And before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and reach out to San Diego Approach and figure out who I need to talk to for clearance. Before I do that, let's just go ahead and file a flight plan. We're going to file San Diego to Sacramento. Yep. Kilo Sierra Mike Foxtrot. And departure time could be 300 Zulu. Budget for 2 hours. No, time en route, sorry. Time en route should be no more than, like, say, an hour and, like, 40 minutes, even though it's technically like an hour and 11. And we'll say we have triple the fuel, so 4 hours and... Actually, no. We'll just say we have double, just in case we have to divert. So 3 hours and 20 minutes. Unless my math's off. We are not going to get going that fast. Max is probably going to be, I don't know, 400. And we're also not going to get up that high. So, going west. I'm gonna go ahead and say flight level 280 and see where we stand. Okay, so San Diego to Sacramento via the, what is it? Seaward 2 LAX transition. Then LAX, Los Angeles, um, sorry, Lando, Bakersfield, and then the Suture 2 arrival. And we'll say, not to say much, I mean, we still say run with your left to land. Save the flight plan, file the flight plan, and let's see if I'm talking to the right people. So I get set here. San Diego approach, November 358 Juliet Sierra with IFR to Sacramento, ready to copy.
November 8th Juliet Sierra, you're clear to the Sacramento airport. Padres 2 departure, Shafter transition. Then as filed, climb via SID, expect flight level 280 5 minutes after departure. Departure is with me, squawk 5763.
And Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra is cleared to Sacramento via the Padres 2 departure, Shafter transition, climbing via SID. We'll expect flight level 280 5 minutes after departure, squawking 5763.
8 Juliet Sierra, read that correct.
Okay, so there we go. They changed what I thought the departure was going to be, so let's go ahead and make sure I know where I'm going. Okay, there we go. Padres 2 departure. There we go. Yeah, Shafter transition, that's Bakersfield, which is what I had to begin with. Okay, good. So there we go. There we go. Let me write this down because there's a lot of waypoints here. Okay. So, Padres 2 and Shafter is basically, I think, what Bakersfield is, but no, it's Echo Hotel Foxtrot. That's Shafter. But that's going to be the end point. When we begin, it sounds like we're going to be doing a westbound departure to go. We're going to go to Winfield, Colonel, in, at or above 8,000, GYWNN. Padres. And HFMNN Hoffman. Hoffman, Chicken, HFMNN, CHKNN, RIDGL.
Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra, I have an amendment to your clearance advice, ready to copy.
Ready to copy for Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra, go ahead.
Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra is cleared to the Sacramento airport. Padre 2 departure, Shafter transition, direct no-ray, November uniform, Romeo Alpha Yankee, Sutter 2 arrival, all the rest of the thing.
Okay, so Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra understands, cleared to Sacramento via the Padres 2 departure, Shafter transition, um, direct Nure, and then the Suture 2 arrival.
Hey, Julius here, read that correct.
Okay, glad. Okay, so I'm still dealing with the Padres 2 departures. You gotta get the waypoints lined up so I can actually punch them in my computer. Give me just a moment, please. Hopefully you guys are looking at something interesting right now. Okay, just looking at the ground. Yeah, sorry about that. Let me at least let you look at the runway. Somebody will land or take off. But I'm writing down the stuff. There's a lot of waypoints here. Okay, so after Shafter, go ahead and punch all these waypoints in. There's like, I don't know how many waypoints for the departure. So Winfield, Colonel, Gwynn, Padres, Hoffman, Chicken, Riddle, Lando, and then Shafter, and then Nuri, and Nuri leads to the Suture 2 arrival, Sutter 2 arrival. I say Suture, they say Sutter, whatever. You say tomato, I say tomato. So that would be what? Shafter. Okay, good. Good. Direct Nore. And then Nore, and then that's the arrival. So the arrival is going to have a whole bunch of waypoints too. The arrival has a bunch of waypoints. Good gravy. Okay, so it's pretty direct. Okay, so Sutter 2. Sutter 2 looks like it has like, I don't know, 10 waypoints. So, Nore, Trellick, Sutter, Suture, Glad, Pennon, Minor, Nugget. I'm assuming we're going to vector link to LMAC. Yeah, minor to LMAC. There we go. Okay, so Nuggets actually go over. Minor LMAC. Okay, and then I get lined up with the run. So I'll just set it the ILS when we're up in flight and take a look at the. But let's go ahead and punch up those waypoints in my flight plan, and also so I can track it remote. Okay, so Nore is the entry point to the Sutter 2 arrival, and then we got Nore, Traylock, Suture, Sutter, Fools, Glad, Pennon, Minor, LMAC, and then the runway. Okay. There we go, that works better. Okay. So when I climb via the SID on the Padres 2, things I want to watch out for. Where are we? Seaward. Padres 2. Okay, going to have to be at or above 8,000. So 8,000 plus. Padres. That's the only restriction. Okay, so for the arrival, I need to make sure that I follow the rules here. It's highly regulated airspace. Okay. I'm wondering if they're going to tell me to climb, but then nobody had a problem with me following the flight plan, so I'm going to be okay. Tulak said at or above at level 290. Suture 280 knots. Probably between flight level 260 and flight level 240. And then Fools is at or below flight level 210. And then Glad is at or below flight level 190. Cannon is let's see, between flight level 190 and 12000. And we'd be at 280 knots at that point. Minor be a 240 knot speed restriction at or above 9,000. And then LMAC, I gotta be 210 at or above 3,400. Wow, that's gonna be a bit of a drop. But at or above means I need to be at or above them. I don't need to stress too much about them. I just want to make sure that I'm on the arrival. And since I'm planning this stuff out right now anyway, let's make sure that I have what's needed for the approach. 3-4 left has an ILS localizer, and I can use. Oh, okay. LMAC is literally the initial approach fix. So ILS 3-4 left. That is 1.1 India Hotel Uniform X-ray. That's the code for the ILS DME. Heading 348. Okay. So it's literally LMAC and Hadzu. LMAX 3400, Hadzu is 1400. Okay, and there we go. Now
And SoCal departure, United 621, we have the BDC and information Bravo ready taxi 27. United 621, runway 27 taxi via Bravo. System via Bravo for United 621.
Okay, now let's go ahead and start punching up those waypoints. I will use my handy-dandy keypad. Okay, Winfield, then Colonel. Oh, wait, before I do anything. Okay, KSAN. Step out, there we go. Okay, KSAN to Kilo Sierra Foxtrot. There are like, I don't know how many more levels of work that I have to do here, so I apologize for the delay. Not yet. Punching up the flight plan takes a while. Doing it legit this time. Okay, Winfield, then Colonel, then Gwyn. Let's see. What's that spelled again? WNFLD. WNFLD. Okay, so Winfield is in. Winfield is in, then we have what? Have Colonel. Oh, I need to be able to punch it in. There we go. Colonel. Okay, not even messing with VNAV today. GYWNN. GYWN. And again, I messed that up. I will get this. Okay. Padres. Padres is set. Let's see, Hoffman, chicken, Hoffman with 2 N's. Okay, getting faster. Okay, Hoffman, chicken, and Riddle, then Lando, then Shafter. Riddle, Lando, Shafter. And then Echo Hotel Foxtrot Shafter. Okay, there we go. And then we have to punch in array. Okay, this is when all the other waypoints come into play. So we have Trellick, Suture, and Fools. Trellick. Suture. And Fools. Okay, which ones are left? We have Glad with 3 D's and Pennon. And Pennon. Okay. Minor, and then Elmac, and then Atsu. Back up. Elmac. And finally, oh, look at that. Somebody's taxing out. Frame rate and all. Wait, back up. Not look right. There we go. Atsu is Hotel Alpha Delta Sierra. Hotel Alpha Delta Sierra. Finally, good gravy. That took a while, but now we have the entire flight plan mapped out. And if I back out, yeah, I'll see that. So it takes a... So we're going to climb via the SID. If we climb via the SID, then Winfield, we need to be at like 520. So, okay, I guess we are going to use the the climber. So, let's see, what, 13, so 1326, like 30 nautical miles almost from the airport. I need to be up to 8,000 by 30. So 853. That could work. Depends on how aggressive I'll be able to maintain climbing.
Visual aircraft, this frequency, Limburg information, Charlie, now current altimeter 3004, ceiling broken 3000. Correction, ceiling broken 1300.
Which reminds me, I don't have weather. So KSAN to KSMF connect, and we'll let that sucker load. Alright, best thing I can think of doing is alright, we'll say 3,000. FNO will do 5,000. Maybe 6. Let's do 6. And yeah, we got some clouds. Let's see, what's the temperature looking like? Padres. The next real. Actually, no. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing that's required. But we'll just, I guess we'll take it in steps. We'll go 10,000 Padres. I don't know. 15,000 Hoffman.
And so down departure, United 621, ready to go over K7. United 621, runway 27, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff 27, the X21.
Okay, so Padres we're gonna make. Sure wish I was faster at this. Wind is gonna be at or above 8,000. So we have Winfield, Colonel. Winfield, and okay, that's the restriction. Right, back up one. Let's get this fixed. $8,000. Okay, this thing's going to be a slow frame rate mess, which is probably why VNAV's going to come in so handy. I'll just turn my yaw damper on right now. And let's see what. $10,000 apart base. Maybe another.
United 621, so departure, radar contact, altitude.
15,000.
Passing through 1,700 for 8,000 now for 621. United 621, climb and maintain 15,000, clear direct browse intersection. Up to 15,000 direct browse for United 621.
So hopefully by that point I'll have more time to do control over altitude, but this is just kind of like a guide. Hopefully that will help me. Okay, at least that's more manageable. I use two-dimensional panels to give me some frame rates back. And yeah, I got the flight plan filed, at least the beginning portion of it. And we have ILS, we have waypoints. Okay, so we should be good. Pipeline is filed. So let's get back to checklist. Let's go to the 4-star checklist.
United 621, you're clear direct Julian VOR. Clear direct Juliet Lima India VOR for United 621.
So let's get our passengers out of here. Well, you know what? I waited this far. Let's live it out to the hilt. Let's go ahead and get people loaded. And call our passengers over. So might as well do this the right way. I don't think I'm going to need any kind of pushback at all.
United 621, contact Los Angeles Center 125.8, good day. Over to the center on 125.8 today, United 621.
Sure. Okay, so I haven't forgotten about my clearance. I am literally waiting for passengers to show up. Connected to ground power. I'm looking at Orbex San Diego. My computer is low frame rates right now, and I don't care. Tonight's flight is a special flight. We're doing West Coast Ops, rather. Anybody that's actually watching or following right now, watching on the replay, thanks for coming along. It took me a while to get my flight plan filed. It's been a while since I actually did something like this at all, let alone on the stream. And I'm looking, but I don't see the shuttle yet. That's okay though. I'm already way behind my time. I suppose if I had a faster rig, I might have been able to get all the things punched in a bit faster. But I saw that we had the ability to do an FNO tonight, so I figured, okay, let's jump on. It does look like we have a shuttle coming in right now. Hopefully GSX does not crash on me like it did before. Okay. So they're coming around the side. While we're waiting, it looks like they're here. There we go. Turn the courtesy light on for these guys. Yep, courtesy light is on. And they are leaving. Okay, so... Okay, things completed. Is there anything else that I forgot to do? I mean, I've got maps, I've got the flight plan. All I have to do is basically get out of here. Ah, I remember. Okay, I said I was going to do this in the air, but you know what? I'm just going to do it on the ground. Even if centers go offline, because I've waited too long to go offline, I might as well do this the right way. So let me set, is it 111.1? Yeah. 111.1. Okay, so that's ready to go. Tune to GPS, and the course heading for the ILS is 348. So, where is course heading? Right here. 348. That did not take very long at all. Okay, that's VOR2, and now that's GPS. So, it's VOR2, GPS. That should be set. Let's set the reference stuff up. The ref, the rotation, turn that off. One we're going to go ahead and set as 105 knots. Let's do that. And probably not going to need a V2 because this thing rotates so beautifully. It's basically not even required. But for the sake of doing this right via the stream, go ahead and say that we have a V2 speed. Okay, so we have speed. That's on. Set minimums on. Barometric minimums. And we will set them to 200. And there we go. I also need to set my transponder code. Transponder code is 5763. There we go. Transponder code is on. And barometric pressure. Let's take a look. I need to see what Charlie is for San Diego. So ATIS may not be functional. Oh, there we go. It's altimeter 3004. We'll check that against METAR. 3004. Okay. So let's get that set. Okay. It's information. I thought it was information Charlie. Okay, so that's set to go. Now we have barometric pressure set. So now we can keep going. At this point, we can turn the signs to belts and set the external lights as required. Get nav, get strobe. Sorry for my double clicky tendency here. I don't think we'll need that because of the time of day we're flying in, or simulated time of day. So external lights are set, fuel quantity and balance. We'll double check that. Actually, I'm taking a look at it on my screen in front of me. 1360, both sides were good. Oxygen pressure we've already checked. Let's hit the test panel. Test panel annunciator makes certain things light up.
Fire. Fire.
Stall. Stall.
Okay. So we should be good at that point. Let's double check. Thrust levers are at the idle detent. Parking brake is still set. Let's go ahead and close the doors. Okay, doors should be closed at this point. And confirm, doors are closed. All the doors are closed, all the things. Rear trunk, front, and doors, so we're good. Okay, so doors are closed. Ignition switches, we're going to set those to auto. Okay, GPU is connected, so this one doesn't mean anything, and before start checklist is complete. So let's go ahead and get this puppy started. Okay. Start engine 2. Okay, engine's coming up. Thank you. Okay, so that beautiful line is the number 2 engine coming up. And let's start engine number 1. Number 1's coming up. Okay, engine number 1 is firing. Okay, let's go ahead and disconnect the GPU. GPU's disconnected. The in-flight snack has been brought up by Mrs. DigiDriver. I'm going to be snacking on some Lucky Charms with Frosted Flakes. This is not a Frankenstein creation. Lucky Charms actually releases cereal with Frosted Flakes in it. It's amazing. It's amazing. If you like sugary cereal, I highly recommend. Not sponsored. So, we're going to go ahead and push in the EMER button, electric emergency button, and we're going to check the battery voltage. Voltage is 24 volts for both batteries. We're good. And we'll push the emergency button back out. Okay, so there we go. External lights are set. We've set our reference settings and the barometer, I guess the minimums, and we have a transponder set. The altimeters are set. We'll check them in a bit. Transponder and takeoff speeds are set. Takeoff data is set. We have the flight plan, and I'm going to try to see if I can use VNav immediately after takeoff. They'll probably clear me to a specific waypoint. I will not botch this too badly. LFE is checked. Flight controls. Let's go ahead and just make sure those are checked and free. Okay, so good. Flight controls are checked and free. I will also double check to make sure the default FSX controller settings did not come back on. Okay, they did not come back on. Okay, and trim. Let's see, I could be a complete noob here and not know where to go for trim. That's okay. Trim in this plane generally tends to behave, but let's see. I'll go ahead and set it that way. Set trim when I take off as well. So trims are checked and set. And there we go. We're in the taxi, so I go ahead and load my tablet with the flight plan. Loading my chart cloud. Tracking my current position. Are there. We have flight plan set. Let's go ahead and expand the charts for San Diego and load the airport chart so I know where to go. Okay, so I really don't think this is going to be hard to do at all. If we are taking off to the west, I'm going to basically be Charlie, either to Charlie 2, Charlie 3, Charlie 2, or Charlie. So it's going to be a left and then one of like rights. So I don't think we're going to have a problem. And since we have nav-capable navigation, I will hopefully have no problem getting out of here. So I'll double check my charts one more time. And where are we? There we go. So, heading out of San Diego, we have the Padres to departure. And This took entirely too long, I know. But I am okay with that because I want to make sure I'm doing. Climb to 520 feet and then turn direct. Hopefully, I won't get out of here too quickly. Okay, so 520, then direct Winfield. Okay. Alright, hopefully this does not get borked. But, took me long enough. Okay, so now I'm not going to refer to this anymore because I do not want a whole bunch of window switching to take place. We have the ILS set. We can swap over to it. We have the course setting set. So there we go, man. Not much more to do except to contact approach. Okay, so we have the VNAV set for takeoff. We have the squawk code, transponder code is walking, and we have waypoint set for the Suture 2 arrival. There we go. And San Diego approach, November 358 Juliet Sierra, ready to taxi.
Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra, runway 27, taxi via Charlie, Charlie 1.
Taxiing runway 27 via Charlie, Charlie 1 for Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra. Excellent, excellent. So, let's set the lights. Lights are set. And, like I said, set to be able to handle taxiing fairly nicely. And whatever for the lack of connection. Charlie, Charlie, Sierra. Charlie's right in front of me. No, Charlie, Charlie. Okay. The engines on this plane are fairly timid. They kind of don't like coming up, but they eventually do. Okay, good, we're clean. This is indeed Charlie. Only got like about 3 or 4 more lineups on the right to do before we get to Charlie 1. And again, if you guys are following live, or if you are watching on the replay, thanks again for coming along. This is DigiDriver alongside the beautiful Mrs. DigiDriver, and we are literally, finally getting underway on a West Coast FNO on VATSIM from San Diego to Sacramento. Again, this is a air traffic controlled airspace flight. As long as the flight doesn't take too long, stay up a little bit longer, which I think they will. I believe we should have ATC all the way up to Sacramento. So we're getting there. We're underway. Thanks again for coming along, guys. Appreciate it very much. So, like I said, I know I have to climb out 27, climb to 520 feet, and then go direct Winfield, unless ATC directs me otherwise. So, let's see, set the zoom level to 30. Nav hold switch is currently off. My autopilot's off, really. Turn flight director on. rolling to Charlie 1 to take off runway 27 from San Diego, Kilo Sierra Alpha November. Looking at the beautiful Bex San Diego scenery. The newer version, not the older version. So we're already set, I think, for takeoff, but we'll double check once we get to the and that is Charlie 2. We have to go to Charlie 1. Tonight I'm really taxing my computer because I'm using payware aircraft and scenery and flying in heavily air traffic controlled airspace. We will see what happens. But again, thanks for coming on tonight and watching. We are flying from San Diego to Sacramento on the VATSIM West
Embraer 8
Coast FNO.
Juliet Sierra, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff runway 27, Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra. Okay, before we get started, let's go ahead and set landing lights on, no cast messages, and set the seatbelt signs all the way on. Okay, so there we go. Signs are set. Passengers, we're going to take off. Lights are set. Okay, so before takeoff checklist is complete, let's go ahead and get going. I'll take a look at the after takeoff checklist. So we're up in the air. Okay, so flaps 1. And quick stop just to make sure we're set. Set takeoff configuration.
No takeoff trim.
Okay, let's check it again.
No takeoff trim.
That's interesting.
No takeoff trim.
It's probably too jacked up.
No takeoff trim.
Okay. Don't want to wait too much longer. Oh, there we go. Like I said, a little aggressive, but
Takeoff okay.
there we go. Enough waiting, let's get out of here. Hey, airspeed's alive. Don't need too much more. E1, rotate, 2, up. And like I said, this thing takes off real easy. Positive brake gear up. Lock the current heading. And set VNAV. VNAV is set.
Embraer 3 Juliet Sierra, so departure radar contacts altitude leaving.
So got departure, Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra, leaving 17,000.
Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra, roger, climb and maintain 15,000.
Climb and maintain 15,000 for Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra. Okay. Okay, flaps should be up right now. Let's check my checklist. Landing gears up, flaps are 0, thrust levers are going to be set for the climb. Altimeters are still good, yaw dampers on, flight directors required. So, we are climbing and we are getting ourselves out of Dodge.
Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra, contact Los Angeles Center 125.8, have a wonderful flight.
Going to Los Angeles on 125.8, thanks very much for Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra. Los Angeles Center, good evening. Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra with you, leaving 5,000 for 15,000.
Embraer 358 Juliet Sierra, LA Center, good evening, climb maintain flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280 for Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra. Wow, so we got cleared up. Very 2311, runway 25, take off, wind calm. Wind calm. Quick takeoff, 25 next, 2311. Roger, American United 318, vectors, final approach course, turn right, heading 230. 230 United, 318. John 139, 7 miles, I'm trail, United Heavy 747, runway 25 left, clear to land, number 2, wind calm. Let's go ahead and get the courtesy light.
Southwest 121, doing voice check on 12500. Southwest 121, LA Center, good evening. Good evening, Southwest 121. Southwest 121, cross Caddy at maintain 2000 and 250 knots, Las Vegas altimeter 3008. Sorry, sir, can you repeat one more time? Southwest 121, cross Caddy at maintain 2000 and 250 knots, correction, Vegas altimeter 3008.
Okay, there we go.
Heavy cross Caddy, 250, altimeter 3008, Southwest 121. Heavy 318, interceptor, runway 248, localizer. Sorry, 318 wondering that. Can we get 25 left instead? That's what we're set up for. Right, sorry, United 318, affirmative, interceptor, runway 25 left, localizer. Intercept 25 left, localizer, United 318.
Okay, so we're about
Another
10,000.
correction, American 287, descend via the States of 3, arrival, expect runway 31 left to Palm Springs, altimeter 3006.
Let's go ahead and get those lights turned off.
This is with 3, American 287. Go to 318, 8 miles from Lima, across Lima, at or above 1,900, cleared ILS runway 25 left approach.
Look ILS 25 left approach at 318.
Start lights are set. Weather radar, not
American
ready.
2311, radar contact to altitude. 2311, 3,002, on climb. American 2311, climb maintain, flight level 240. Flight level 240, American.
LA Center, American 209, flight level 31.
American 209, LA Center, good evening. Service 298, Los Angeles Center, roger, good evening.
Alright, we've got a lot of activity going on right now.
Los Angeles Center, Nippon 1522 is ready to taxi.
Hold on, 1522, runway 25, right taxi by Bravo.
25 right via Bravo, Nippon 1522.
Okay, so I am basically, let's see, where am I? I
Good evening, Los Angeles Center, FedEx 2258 is with you with Tango requesting AI affirmative for scope.
So, Station FedEx 2258, cleared to San Francisco Airport, Ventura 8 departures to America's transition that has filed. Climb via Citic, I maintain 5,000, departure frequency 125.8, squawk 7140.
Ventura 8 departure as filed, San Marcos transition, climb maintain 5,000, departure 125.8, and squawk in the box 1740 for FedEx 2258.
FedEx 2258, right back, correct, runway 25 left for departure, advise ready for taxi.
25 left, advise I'm ready to taxi, FedEx 2258.
Hey, sir, from Stranger, taxi 12 right.
Air Canada 843, records final approach course, turn right heading 200, descend to maintain 2,500.
200 and 2500, Air Canada 843.
there's a lot of activity going on tonight.
Pacific 1985, runway 31 left, taxi, pilot's discretion, advise ready for departure.
I'm through that departure. Thank you, Eva.
Okay, we are about to cross over into flight level 180.
119.6 for Southwest 148, see you.
Okay, here we go.
And Los Angeles, Alaska 1920, vacated 26 left and looking to taxi to Stand Echo 11.
Alaska 1920 at Alpha 6, cross runway 26 right, taxi to parking via Bravo.
At Alpha 6, cross 26 right, taxi to parking via Bravo, Alaska 1920.
318, Alpha associated, runway 25 left, clear to land. Yeah, 318, runway 25 left, clear to land.
25 foot clear landing at 318.
3139, Alpha. John 7139, taxi to parking via Alpha. Air Canada 843, 2 miles from, correction, 3 miles from Lima, turn right heading 230, maintain 2,500 till established, clear ILS runway 24, right approach.
Hey, Dozer, thanks for coming along.
230 and 2500 to Lima, cleared ILS 24 right approach, Alaska
I am
843 heavy.
flying the beautiful
American 209, descend via the Otterman 2 arrival, expect runway 24 right, LA altimeter 3004.
Descend via the arrival, expect right American 209.
Dozer, this is the Coronado Embraer
Service
FNO.
121, descend via the Service 121, descend via the Tyson 5 arrival, at Preno, clear ILS runway 25, correction 26, left
Somewhere off
approach.
in the distance is Cali Coast. I am, I think, somewhere just north of San Diego. At this point, we've definitely cleared and are deep into
Los Angeles, Qatar 1522, hold short 25 right, ready to go.
the Padres to departure.
John 1322, runway 25 right, cleared for takeoff, wind calm.
Clear for takeoff, Qatar 1522.
Looking really good for climb out today.
United 832, thanks to the ATC. Air Canada 843, wind calm, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Runway 24 right, Air Canada 843.
Yes, this is definitely FSX Steam Edition. I wish I was doing this in X-Plane, but my tablet
Center
does not
Southwest 121, are we clear, are we good landing on 01 left, Southwest 121? Southwest 121, are you able to stick to runway 26 left? 26 west, 26 left, McCarran International, Southwest 121. Thank you, and just verify descend via the arrival, cleared ILS runway 26 left.
And that's very landed.
Copy, Southwest 121.
So yeah, like I was saying before, the Coronado Embraer Phenom 100 is a beautiful machine.
Runway is Southwest 421, we're waiting for clearance to San Diego.
It also does not have auto throttle, so I have to use
Service 421, LA Center, clear to left San Diego Airport, approach gate departure, without transition announcement, decline via SID, departure frequency 125.8, squawk 7172.
I can use FADEC to
Roger, squawk 7172, Southwest 421.
421, read back correct, runway 26 right for departure, advise ready for taxi.
let me adjust the
Roger,
set
Southwest
rate.
421.
Yeah, 1292, I for Las Vegas.
We're basically where we want to be right now.
Say again the call sign.
United 1292.
Unit 1292's cleared, transfer request standby.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to adjust the volume for the VATSIM controller stuff.
That's 318 Holy George, 2 Red Tango.
Actually, I did pick X-Plane up recently, but I don't have the better sim rig for
Unit
it just
318
yet.
Tango, cross runway 25 right, taxi parking right, Charlie.
I need to buy a better computer to run X-Plane.
Right, 43 on the go.
It's not going to work. That way on my
Climb
tablet.
1522, turn left direct TV, climb maintain flight level 330.
So it's definitely a go.
Left direct TV, flight level 330 on the time 1522.
But I do
Who's
want
on
to
the
get into
go?
X-Plane. I really do.
843, we're on the go.
In the meantime, though, I'm just taking in the sights with my Embraer, and you know,
Canada 843, climb maintain 3000, fly runway heading for now.
the clouds look good right now.
Runway heading up to 3000, 843. Is there a reason for Mr. Birch?
So let me actually check on my flight plan. Headed to Chicken.
Civic 1985, runway 31 left. To verify you're at runway 31 left.
Chicken.
31 left. Civic 1985, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff, wind calm.
I don't want to tax the engines too much, but we've just reached
Civic
cruising altitude.
3041, descend via the Comics 2 arrival, expect runway 27, San Diego altimeter 3004.
Oh man, how did that flight go, Dozer? Was it good or was
Copy,
it
altimeter
really busy?
descending by Comics 2, Southwest 3481.
I'm not flying the usual route. I'm flying San Diego to Sacramento.
Canada
I'm kind of
843, turn right heading 040, expect runway 24 right, ILS approach.
kind of flying in between the giants, if you will.
0343 heavy. Affirmative. Right, 0402, right, thanks.
Los Angeles Center, FedEx 2258, ready to taxi 25 left Tango.
Charge 2258, runway 25 left, taxi via Alpha Foxtrot.
Woohoo! There's a lot of activity.
Alpha Foxtrot for FedEx 2258.
Actually, I started eating my my cereal. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it was smooth, dude. As you can tell, I have my hands full in between managing engine thrust and
It's
Making sure,
1992, 1292. I sent a new route there for you. Advise if you're able to accept the route.
just making sure I paid attention to ATC, but it's a good night, and I mean I hear
Is that
there's a
for, United
Chicago
Airlines,
FNO tomorrow.
Yeah, we can do that.
It's 1292 on request, and that's going to be another minute.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I'm saying people are busy tonight. Okay, and a courtesy mic mute to scarf down some cereal. Hold on.
Kennedy 43, turn right heading 070.
Right to 070, 843.
Wait. Dozer, you flew to Groom Lake? Wow.
And 1292, clearance available.
Yeah, Groom Lake, Area
Okay,
51.
go ahead.
I mean, the not-so-secret
1292 is cleared
place.
to Las Vegas Airport. Orca 3 departure, Meissen transition, KPAC 6 arrival. Climb vehicles maintain 5,000, departure frequency 125.8, squawk 7154.
I guess my question is, did you have a military escort?
That clears off
Center
Las Vegas
TBM.
Orca 3, departure, Mason transition, calling via the Civic, set maintain 5,000, departures with you 7154 in the box for United 1292.
1292, read back, self-wrapped runway 25 right for departure, last ready for taxi.
Alright, 25 left, we'll call for taxi, United 1292.
Yes, sir, 2258, runway 25 left, clear for takeoff, wind calm.
25 left, clear for takeoff, FedEx 2258. 1S96 Heavy, ready to taxi.
Horse 96 Heavy, runway 24 left, taxi last, Sierra, Echo, Victor.
Sierra, Echo, Victor, 24 left.
Oakland Center, TBM 900, Juliet Sierra with you at flight level 280. This is Los Angeles Center. Service 121, runway 26 left, cleared to land, wind 010.
Copy,
Oh.
land 26 left, Service 121.
Dozer, I don't doubt that for a hot second. Yeah, you'll be ordered to land right
Los
quick.
Angeles Southwest 421 is ready to taxi 26 right.
I would prefer to never experience that
26 right,
myself.
taxi via Charlie Bravo.
Roger, clear to taxi 26 right via Charlie Bravo, Southwest 421.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are flying tonight on VATSIM Network, the West Coast FNO, from San Diego to Sacramento in the beautiful
25 right, taxi via Bravo.
Coronado Phenom 100.
Bravo 5, Bravo, United 1292.
This is the JetSuite livery.
Los
November
Angeles Center,
358.
Habitat 680,
Juliet Sierra.
flight level 230 on the Anaho 2 arrival. Aircraft calling city, call sign again. Habitat 680, Papa. Sir Papa, where are you located? I'm located 45 miles on a 050
Does this
radial
plane
from
cost me, I
Mustang
think,
VOR.
like $40 when I initially bought it. I bought it like when it wasn't on sale, but
Yeah, issue at Oakland Center.
I still enjoy flying.
Yeah, you just check in with Los Angeles Center. I don't know what sector or Oakland you're supposed to be with right now, but just try going back to your last frequency and get a handout from them. Okay, 618, Papa. Aircraft 843, turn right heading 100.
Okay, so almost to Lando.
Right to 100 for 843.
Once we get to Lando and we get to Shafter, we will be out of
Los Angeles
the
Center, FedEx 2258 with
Padres
you
to
at
departure.
5000.
FedEx 2258, climb maintain, flight level 250, radar contact. 250, radar contact. FedEx 2258.
It's okay as far as I'm concerned, Dozer. Like, if you haven't used FSX in a long time, but you're using X-Plane, I want to get to X-Plane and experience it. FSX is great for, like, so many add-ons that they still
radar
use.
contact, climb maintain, flight level 180.
180, Los Angeles, Cessna 208, Bravo Charlie. We're at the southeast cargo ramp, but we would like to taxi to the, I guess
okay, you need to be a little bit quicker with the transmission. Just try again in a few minutes.
you have to start the cargo ramp. We're going to taxi on the other side of the runway.
See, I cover a pretty big area, and I don't really know where you're popping out of, so can you give me a little bit more information what airport you're at currently?
Stand by a second, stand by.
Thank you.
Stranger, Delta 1217, 80 miles from Los Angeles, heading 180, flight level 360, inbound Los Angeles.
Oh man, that's a nice gift from your friend. You got X-Plane.
621, contact Salt Lake City Center, 120.27.
I paid $60 for X-Plane, like, just recently, and I don't know. Crosstalk.
Region 37, contact Albuquerque Center, 127.85, good night.
Albuquerque Center, 127.85, good night.
Flight 37, what approach are you planning at Palm Springs?
American 287, the RNAV Yankee with the Palm Springs.
Approaching American 287 on the arrival, cleared RNAV Yankee, runway 31 left approach.
Cleared RNAV Yankee, runway 31 left approach, American 287.
Canada 843, turn right heading 240, intercept runway 24A localizer.
Right to 240, we'll intercept localizer, Canada 843.
Ladies and gentlemen, good
Flight
evening.
Center Southwest 121 on final to McCarran, runway 26 left.
This is the
Southwest
driver.
121, roger, you are clear to land, runway 26 left.
We are on the West Coast FNO and VATSIM. I am flying the
American
Coronado FNO.
2311, contact Oakland Center, 119 or 2907, good night.
And it is
119 and 497, later.
supremely busy right now. Really busy. A lot of people talking. A lot of ATC going on.
Los Angeles Center, Southwest 421 is ready for departure at 26 right.
Southwest 421, runway 26 right, cleared for takeoff, wind 010
Hey, sweet. Those are actually like trucking sims as
Takeoff,
well.
runway 26 right, Southwest 421.
Okay, we're roughly 1900 miles south of Orlando. I wonder how much longer until the transition.
1292, runway 25 right, cleared for takeoff, wind calm.
Right, 25 right, clear for takeoff, Canada 1292.
Okay, so right now it's a blurry, hot mess out there. That's fine. It's cool. We are flying right now northbound from San Diego to Sacramento in the Coronado Phenom 100. The Embraer Phenom 100 from Coronado. And I have just finished listening to a massive volley of air traffic control exchanges from people in the Los Angeles Center area. I would expect to transition out of LA Center probably after I turn from Lando to the Shafter transition, which will complete my pod race to departure. I am trying to recoup my brain after all that last of communication. But yeah, to further elaborate, Dozer, I'm actually into trucking sims like American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2. ETS2 is a major thing still, years after it's been released.
So this 3041 connect SoCal for 119.6 connect.
SoCal 196 for Southwest 3041. Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Got 843, 1 comma, 124 right, clear to land.
Clear land 24 right, 843. We won't flare as aggressively this time.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. I've never seen the West Coast lit up so much, like with this FNO. Like there are like 5 different centers online right now. It's nuts. It's utterly nuts.
Alright, Southwest 121, the 1426 left. The 1457 uniform contact, Salt Lake City, 11, heavy contact, Salt Lake City, center 120.27.
Yeah, we're Salt Lake City, 120.27. Good night. Have a good weekend.
Zero Southwest 121, cross runway 25 right Alpha 5, taxi to parking via Bravo.
I have not
Roger,
been
I'll
on
send
Pilot
you,
Edge, actually.
sir, can you repeat that one more time?
Southwest 121 at Alpha 5, cross runway 25 right, taxi to parking via Bravo.
Roger, cross box 8, Southwest 421.
That was for 121. For Southwest 421, just confirm you're in the air. I show you 5,300 climbing.
Center Southwest 121, copy Alpha 5, cross 25, Bravo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Southwest 421, radar contact, climb maintain flight level 280.
I have not subscribed to Pilot Edge yet. I
Cover
figure
maintain flight number 210, Southwest 421.
I might do that once I get X-Plane though, because then I'm really
American
gonna get
209, maintain 3000.
into flights. But
Maintain 3000, Rick 209.
right now I'm just like enjoying my tablet and FSX, which still actually manages to run decent.
San Jose Center, Delta 1217, level 360.
Level 1217, LA Center, squawk 7170.
Okay, go to Shafter and
7170.
oh, I'm sorry. I said once I get X-Plane, I'm probably going to consider going on Pilot Edge, but
Delta 1217, radar contact 47 miles northeast of Peach Spring, flight level 360.
I need more money for that. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is DigiDriver. Yes, I am still a Twitch streaming noob. My volume levels are probably maxed out on every single thing, but I am flying the Embraer Phenom 100 from Coronado, from San Diego to Sacramento at the West Coast FNO for VATSIM tonight. It's Friday night. It's crazy busy. Seriously crazy busy, and I'm enjoying myself.
43, we're clear of 24 right.
Gate 40, Christian Air Canada 843 at Alpha, cross runway 24 left, taxi to parking via Echo, Sierra, and Delta.
Echo, Sierra, and Delta, off of Alpha, to the gate, Air Canada 843 heavy.
I sure can't argue with the price of VATSIM. Free is nice. I'll take that. And There's also plenty that I can do to become even more proficient. Like I can literally, like, learn to get my Cat 1. I think they have something similar to the stuff that they do for Pilot Edge, where you can actually theoretically get certified, which I might do someday if I like really kind of do a series. I might even start doing a Twitch stream series where I kind of like go from scratch and start over, like take the default lessons and like kind of go up the ranks, and then even do VATSIM stuff, or even do virtual airline stuff with somebody else, just to increase my appreciation of the sim a little bit more. That would be cool, actually, I think. But no worries. I mean, we're in the soup right now, and I'm actually kind of enjoying this.
Los Angeles Center, Redwood 1946 at level 350. Redwood 1946, LA Center, around you.
What, no reaction from the ATC? I like that. Okay, we're really up there, and we have just left the Padres to departure, ladies and gentlemen. I was intimidated following the flight plan and getting out of town.
Center, FNO, November 142, Romeo Whiskey's looking to pick up my clearance out of the planet to Lake Tahoe.
Flight level 280 on the way to Sacramento.
142, Romeo Whiskey on request, standby.
Looking good as well. Don't mind the overspeed, it's irrelevant, because
Decimeter 6 heavy, runway 24, ready to go.
overspeeding in terms of the
Climate 6 heavy, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff, wind calm.
speed stripe in the left.
Sure takeoff, runway 24 left, Decimeter 6 heavy. American 209, turn right heading 210, vectors final approach course. Alright, 210, American 20.
Talking to ATC, I've discovered, really becomes a question of learning what to say and learning how to say it, and learning what not to
142
say.
Romeo Whiskey, just verify the last waypoint in your flight plan after the Q15 airway.
Dozer, if it helps you feel any better, I am such
I
a
believe
noob
that's
talking to ATC.
Hojo, Kilo, Uniform, Yankee, Juliet, Oscar.
I'm literally, like, it's almost comical sometimes.
In your flight plan, I show, you tried to spell some waypoint, but I see RUSME, Rosemary. It's like a 6-letter waypoint. I just want to confirm the last point that you meant to file.
Okay, stand by. Let me amend that. We'll get it in there. That should be Rusme, and that's it. Stand by.
Usually I get intimidated because I don't want to mess up when I talk to ATC.
209 field side.
I've actually only run into a
American
few,
209, runway 2, clear visual approach, runway 24.
like, one or two ATC controllers that seem like flustered or like ticked. So many other people have been so patient
Center
with
Delta
me.
2503 with Victor for taxi.
Delta 2503, 125 left, taxi via Delta 8, Echo Victor.
My first flight in VATSIM was from
24 left via Delta Echo 8 Victor.
from Miami
25 Victor.
to Jacksonville.
Delta 8, Echo and Victor for Delta 2503.
I
Delta 8
landed.
Echo Victor.
I entered the traffic pattern for Jacksonville going the wrong way. and
American
the,
287, wind 3407, runway 31 left, clear to land.
the controller laughed.
31 left, clear to land, American 287.
I think he did at least.
209, wind 30 right, clear to land.
Clear land 24 at American 209.
And you
Los Angeles Center, good evening, Redwood 1360P with you, flight level 320, IFR to Los Angeles.
wait. So
Here's the Redwood at flight level 320, requesting IFR clearance to Los Angeles.
How many folks do they have on center?
And that'd be Redwood 1363. We're not requesting I-5. We're going to Los Angeles. We're approaching your airspace from the northeast. Just verify the call sign Redwood. I have a Redwood 1946. We're Redwood 1363. Alright, I'll work on that in a second. Southwest 298, contact Oakland Center 125.85.
Two Romeo Whiskey Flight Plan amended, sir.
Okay, I think I'm going to transition into Oakland space in like a few seconds. They're probably going to hand me off like literally the next minute. Yeah, like I said before, a lot of times...
358 Juliet Sierra, contact Oakland Center 125.8, or 125.85.
2585 for Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra, thanks.
At 503, you got the switch ready, contact Salt Lake Center 128.72.
Oakland Center, good evening. Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra with you, flight level 280.
The 358 Juliet Sierra, Oakland Center, roger.
Okay, and we're in Oakland Center airspace.
Last 625, contact Los Angeles Center 125.8. LA 125.8,
Dozer, that is unfortunate, and I apologize for
Delta
that.
3398, cross runway 119, if you haven't already, taxi for Bravo to clear. Shadows 5193, advising information Bravo for Reno, descend and maintain 10,000. 10,000, County Bravo, Shadows 5193.
Let me see, we're headed to... Still headed to Sacramento. Let's see if the ATIS information changed.
Oakland Center, are you trying to reach Delta 1016?
Lima. Information Lima.
Delta 1060 negative.
29901.
Southwest 1166, you should be direct lane at this time. Clear direct lane of the remainder of Diamond 5 arrival. Direct lane, sorry about that, Southwest 1166, I'm not sure why I did that. Southwest 1166, NorCal approach 133.905. 133.905, Southwest 1166. Ribbon 801, contact Los Angeles Center 125.8. 125.8, Ribbon 801, nice. Oakland 39, 210, 240. 210, Oakland Center, I just sent via Bodega 3 arrival, San Francisco, altimeter 2985. Okay, I got 3 arrival for United 210. I'm sorry, good evening, Chef. Blue 60, passing through 1.3 or 1,000. Chef 460 at Oakland Center, climbing 10, flight level 330. Flight level 330, Chef 460.
Okay, I think we're about halfway through the flight.
Southwest 971, contact Salt Lake Center 128.72.
People stepping on each other when they talk.
Salt Lake Center on 28.72, Southwest 791.
Crosstalk sucks.
American 70, contact Salt Lake. American 70, contact Salt Lake Center 128.72. Center Polaris 4657, 16,000, climber flight level 190. Polaris 4, connection Polaris 4657, Oakland Center, climbing to flight level 270.
I have a feeling crosstalk.
Thank you very much.
I have a feeling crosstalk happens a lot less at Pilot Edge because I think they crack down on it way quicker.
Scout 5193, Reno Airport, 3 o'clock, 10 to 15 miles report inside.
Directing array.
We got to see other site, Scout 5193. Scout 5193, quick visual approach, turn on 6 right. Visual approach 16 right, Scout 5193. Out of 10, team, contact Salt Lake Center 13.72.
Yeah, probably be confirming Salt Lake Center. Hopefully. 72.
Yeah, 503 affirmative, Salt Lake Center 13872.
I think my flight plan's messed up.
Right. Can't get anybody over there. I'll try again.
Delta 1016, contact Salt Lake Center 128.72.
2872 for Delta 1016.
Stop was 298, and then the LT, call me 10, phone level 320. That'll be your final and verify using 2992 as your altimeter setting there.
Ah, there we go. That's the problem.
Status 5193, running 16 right, clear to land.
16 right, clear to land, Scout 6193.
I think minor is before LMAC in the arrival. Close that.
Felix 1889, contact Open Center 119.97.
Yeah, after Pennon.
Felix 1889, contact Open Center 119.97.
Let me.
119.97 for 1889. Thanks for your help tonight. You have a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's fix that.
And actually, Status 5193, contact Reno Tower 118.7. They're online.
118.7. Thanks. 5193.
That's a lot better. Oh my gosh, my flight plan was off.
Oakland Center, good evening, United 45. We'll get passing 12 miles for
United 045, Open Center climbing tan, full level 23023.
continue up to final 23023, United 45.
Okay, so we're going down to Treelock or Trellick? Okay, I trust that Oakland Center is going to get me down in altitude. Otherwise, they probably would have told me to descend via the SID.
Status 298, Center maintain, full level 300.
It is utter pea soup out there, folks. But that's okay.
United 045, contact Oakland Center 119.97.
Hey, look at me. I'm a pilot.
1997 for United 45. Thanks for the AC. Have a good night, too.
United 210, contact NorCal approach 133.95 today.
13395 for United 210. Good night.
I like that you lol, Dozer.
Alaska 714, Center maintain, full level 310.
Okay, no, that's not me. They are eventually going to tell me to start descending, though, so I need to start paying attention to that. We are direct Trellick right now, I believe. Trellick, Tango Romeo, Lima, Oscar, Charlie.
United 820, descend via the Center 2 arrival, running 34 transition, Sacramento National, alternative 29901. Vietnam 820, descend via the Center 2 arrival, Runway 34 transition, Sacramento National to 2991.
Descending via the Center 2 arrival, expecting runway 34 left, and altimeter 2991 for 8 Juliet Sierra.
And American 247 with you at level 7.
Okay, so that means I need to start watching my altitudes. So I need to start looking up the sheet. Okay, I'm direct Trellick right now. Trellick at or above 290. So Sutter is going to be...
Oakland Center United 1641 is descending from flight level 248 for 240.
Let's do 240.
Sorry, I was offline coordinating Hagan. It's United 1641. I'm approaching level flight at flight level 240. United 1641, Oakland Center, send via Bodega 3 levels, San Francisco, altimeter 295. Send via the Bodega 3, thank you, 1641. 295. Making 247 Oakland Center, radar contact, say altitude, leaving climb maintain, flight level 270.
At 7,000 and 270.
Sir, Stars 5193, back with you again. Did you resequence for package copy at Reno? Shadows 5193, Oakland Center, Roger. And next one, you climb at 900,000, please. Maintain 900,000, expected climb.
I've been streaming for...
Expedite climb to 900,000, Stars 5193?
Like about a month hardcore. And my my PC spec is actually a Surface Pro 3 tablet computer.
4150, climbing through 15,000 for 19,000.
i7 processor, 8 gigs of RAM,
4150, Oakland Center, climb maintain, flight level 330.
256 gig, solid state drive.
Flight level 330 for making 4150.
So,
Shadows 5193, turn left heading 250.
not a powerful computer by current standards at all, but definitely still plays FSX.
Left 250, Stars 5193. Shadows 298, I didn't give you a descent yet, but you can descend via the Kendall 2 arrival, the Reno altimeter 3002.
Okay, so we're a little bit over 6 nautical miles from Trellick, but I'm going to go ahead and start descending now because I do need to get down to flight level 240 by Suter, I think. By Suter. Suter, yes.
Open for United 735 with you 5320.
Suter's got to be 240, so I need to start descending right now. So, let's
Black
get started.
714, contact Los Angeles Center 125.8.
Los Angeles Center 125.8.
Shadows 5193, turn left heading 160.
Alright, and we'll start doing it,
West 160, Stars 5193.
2,000 feet per minute.
Up to 4859, contact Salt Lake Center 128.72.
128.27, that's 4859, thank you.
Roger, frequency at 2872, 128.72 today.
Actually, 2,500? No, 2,600 feet per minute. And we'll slow down a lot.
Shadows 5193, the airport, as you turn there at 12 o'clock in 8 miles report in sight, center maintain 8,000.
Yeah, and I still like playing FSX, so it works out.
in sight, going down to 8,000, Shadows 5193. Shadows 5193, clear visual approach, runway 16 right. Visual approach 16 right, 5193.
Oakland Center United 735 with you 50320.
I would say 2,400 feet per
735
minute is
with Center,
good.
Roger.
Sutter and
Shadows 5193, contact Reno Tower 118.7.
Fools is going to be told
Going
level
118.7, Shadows
210.
5193.
I do need to mind my altitude and my airspeed a bit.
Number 8 Juliet Sierra, NorCal approach and I will be closing soon. And the radar service is tripping at a 50 change approved. For 657, I'll be closing radio service terminated for you to change your frame.
Radio service, I'm ready for the safe booth, line is 4637, take care, thanks for the help.
United 1641, North Carolina will be closing radio service terminated for you to change your frame.
Okay, thanks, have a good evening, 1641.
American 4150, I'll be closing the radio service terminated for you to change your frame.
Station 4150, thank you, good night.
JetSuite 416, I'm closing radio service terminated for you to change your frame. See ya. Central aircraft on the frequency, I will be closing the radio services terminated. Cal approach will be closing the links all extend over online radio service terminated for you to change your frame.
Thanks for ATC. Switching to advisory. Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra. Okay, so I guess that event's wrapping up. I am switching over to advisory and remembering altimeter 29901 for Sacramento. We are descending via the SID for the Sutter 2 arrival. And I don't think I've ever appreciated silence more than I do now. That was kind of crazy. A little nuts. But okay, 4.6 nautical miles from Fools, and we are getting down to appropriate altitude. Glad is the next one. I need to get down to flight level 1900. There we go. I could probably take this one a little slower. So maybe just 1,000 feet per minute. It's kind of crazy. Like, I forgot just how busy the FNO events can get, and I have to hand it to the VATSIM air traffic controllers. They were funneling so many people through. Yeah, they get props as far as I'm concerned. Genuinely doing a good job. I suspect Sacramento approach is still going to be on. So once I get to Sacramento approach, I'll punch in 125.4. But in the meantime, I am just kind of minding my own business. Descending down to flight level 190 for Glad, and it is coming along. I could be descending a little faster, but that's okay. Lots of clouds, my gosh. That seems to be the only drawback I have to using FSX WX. So many clouds render that my texture memory just tanks. But yeah, seriously, Dozer, I have never had that much traffic on an FNO in recent memory. The only thing that compares to that was maybe a the Charlotte to Raleigh-Durham event last October, I think. There was a lot of people flying it. And Charlotte to Raleigh-Durham is really quick. Like, it's literally less than an hour by plane. Probably like 30 to 45 minutes even. So imagine a bunch of people funneling from one airport to another in like a very short span of time. Okay, Penn needs to be... Let's see if we can get down to like 14,000. Or let's try for 12,000 and see what develops. Okay, so while we're at this, let's check the descent checklist. Windshield switch is already on. Pressurization, we'll leave it alone. Landing speeds are already set. When I land, I want to land VREF, which is 120 knots. That's like ideal. Let's set the signs for landing. So we're going to go ahead and set the fasten seatbelt sign back on. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get ready to land. Thank you for flying JetSuite. And that's it. Descent checklist is complete, and approach. I don't care that we're above 10,000. I'm just going to go ahead and turn them on so I don't forget to do it later. I have advised my passengers. Fuel transfer button should still be pushed out. Is it? Yes, it is. And okay, I am below, so I need to change my barometer to 299.1. And windshield switches are set. Okay, so before landing, we'll turn off the yaw damper, make sure the landing gear is down and checked, and flaps are set, and that airspeed is VREF. So, let's see, how far are we from Pennon? Yeah, we'll be able to make 12,000 for Pennon. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so somebody reporting altitude change. It probably should have, but in general, most people don't report altitude changes when they're in Unicom. I just like to use Unicom to let people know I'm like on approaching an airport or on final approach. I should probably make one announcement. Just let them know that I'm coming. And I'll say something like Sacramento traffic, Embraer, November 358 Juliet Sierra, inbound, runway 34 left via Suitor or Suture 2. Descending 12,000. So, I don't want to pollute that too much. Oh yeah. So you do it when everything even gets started. So that's good. Like I said, I was looking at your text, and now I just realized, hey, check your lights. And again, I already turned them on, so I don't have to think about that. We're not going that fast. We're actually still under 250 knot limit, although true airspeed right now is like 331 knots. So theoretically, I should slow down even way more. After Pennon, minor is going to be 240 knot restriction at or above 9,000. Oh, I see. I had my airspeed hold set at 331. That's not true airspeed. True airspeed, or ground speed, is 276 knots right now. So I get it. Let me set my next altitude drop, and I'll be ready to drop after that. So we're not that far away from Sacramento right now. We're at the we're gonna hit, what is it, Pennon? Yeah, we're gonna hit Pennon. So Pennon's actually next to Minor, and Minor is gonna be what's gonna set me up. And I'm gonna be talking to ATC right now. So let's go ahead and switch over to 125.4. 125.4. And here we go. Sacramento approach, good evening. Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra with you. Flight at 12,000, inbound runway 34 left via the Suitor 2 arrival.
This is Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra, non-call pitch, good evening. Descend via the Suitor 2 arrival, Sacramento altimeter 299.1, expect visual approach from line 34 left.
Expected the visual for 34 left, altimeter 299.1 for Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra. Okay, so we're passing Pennant. We're going to hit the minor next. We need to get down to 900,000, so I need to get down there. How much do we have to go to get there? Oh yeah, about 12 nautical miles, so I'd rather do 2,000 feet per minute and round out like 3 miles before we need to than overfly that.
Sacramento, ready for reback now.
Southwest 5050, and I'll go Roger, 34 left, clear for takeoff, wind 3506.
Okay, lights are already on. Seatbelt signs already on.
Okay, Southwest 1350 is cleared to,
You got this.
cleared to KLAS and the RVRC2 departure. Squawk 4621, climb to maintain 350. And it's gonna be RVRC2 to RVRCT and Dusko OAO Lidat BTY Sun SP4 arrival into PLS.
Yeah, Southwest 1350, reback's correct. I'm with you for left, clear for takeoff.
Okay, clear to take off, 34 left.
Okay. We're right around 250 knots ground speed. Let me see if I can't keep my speed right around that point so I can land properly. After a while, you begin to pick out patterns and you begin to actually understand what people are telling you. But it does come with experience, and that's what intimidated me at first. So, like, I totally get the intimidation. I totally get why like newbies, and I'm still a newbie as far as I'm concerned. You don't feel like you're nailing it. Okay, so the next waypoint's going to be Elmac. I need to get down to, I think, 3,400 feet. So let's... There we go, got that set. And drop down... How far before I get there? Okay, I got like 25 miles, so I don't need to go ham. Okay. Let me think, what are the winds right now? Winds are 132 at 29er. Okay, so we got, let's see, the winds are coming from, yeah, so they're kind of, that's weird. Okay, I guess it's just affecting my direction a little bit, but we're getting down there, and it's not looking bad either. I need to get down to 3,400, and I don't know why. I don't know why it switched me over to that way.
Southwest 1350, northbound departure, radar contact, plan to maintain flight level 190.
Okay, we cleared 190.
Okay, I'm going to try a little trick to see if I can actually set my other VOR, because for some reason I got swapped from nav 1 to nav 2. I don't know why it did that, but let me see. Oh, there we go. Sweet. Whew. Great. Because that way I can keep my nav aid set properly. Okay, so yeah, India Hotel Uniform X-ray. That is the code for the ILS frequency for runway 34 left. When I land, I can basically taxi back to general aviation. It's pretty much behind runway 34 left.
358 Juliet Sierra, the Circle International Airport, 1 to 2 o'clock, 25 miles, port field site.
Thank you. We'll report the field in sight for 8 Juliet Sierra. Scanning now. We cannot be that far away. Oh man, it is crazy foggy out there. I do not see Jack. Still waiting for the field to come into view. Like this little line is straight ahead, so it's gonna be off in like that direction somewhere, just off my windshield. I can see the Capitol building, but I like to fly airliners, but I do like flying business jets mostly. Dozer. Biz jets are like kind of like one of my favorite things. Let me see. So I guess that's the airport? That doesn't make sense. No. Well. Let me think. No, there's another smaller airport just off my wing, which isn't it. That's not it. And that's not it. I think it's further out. But I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Let me check in. Sacramento approach, Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra. I believe the airport is off my 2 o'clock.
Okay, so, where are you from? After 2 o'clock and 6 miles. Is that the one you say?
Stall. 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 Stall.
Hey, Joyce, so U.S. Sacramento Executive, that's going to be your 2 to 3 o'clock and 5 miles. I'll make you the one further out at your 2 o'clock and 6 miles.
Okay, thanks for 8 Juliet Sierra. I was a bit mixed up. And it looks like I stalled my plane while I was trying to get everything done. That was the roller coaster portion of the experience.
Southwest 1350 departing airspace center is left offline for exchange brief briefly.
Is that was 1530 switching 0?
What?
so once I get lined up with LMAC and go to Hatsu, I don't need to use the GPS anymore. So hopefully. Oh, okay, I see. I've heard great things about the Zebo dozer, so I'm looking forward to actually getting my hands on that.
358 Juliet Sierra, turn right heading on 340, vicinity maintain 2000. Airport will be 12 o'clock on the rollout.
Right to 340, down to 2000 for 8 Juliet Sierra, thanks.
Juliet Sierra, the airport down 12 o'clock and 10 miles to the field.
A-firm, it's just past the clouds, but confirmed visual.
Okay, 358 Juliet Sierra, thank you. Clear visual approach from 34 left.
Clear for the visual for 34 left, Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra.
Autopilot.
Okay, kill the autopilot, we're gonna go down. And I need to be at 2000 anyway, so let's see if we can do a little bit of
Embraer 8 Juliet Sierra, runway 24 left, now clear to land, wind 3506.
clear to land 34 left, 8 Juliet Sierra. Okay, hopefully
Sync rate.
I will not
Sync
botch
rate.
this. I am way above glide slope.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
Okay, and off to the left, but that's okay. There we go. Oh, there we go. Switched over to ILS controls. I am literally super idle. One notch of flap should get me to slow my descent rate majorly and slow my speed, so this is going to be a trade-off. This is going to suck.
Glide slope. Glide slope.
Yep, I know.
Glide slope.
I know.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
Okay, set the trim.
Glide slope. Glide slope.
And
Glide slope.
some more glide slope complaining, please.
Glide slope.
Absolutely.
Glide slope. Glide slope.
Come on, come on.
Glide slope.
All right, now I got to point the nose down.
Glide
now.
slope.
Good gravy.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
Okay, I think I'm actually
Glide
okay.
slope.
I just can't see literally anything. There we
Glide slope.
go. There we go. That's a lot better. Don't ask me how that got pulled out. Thank you, Lord. And here we go, descending. Gently does it, come on. Massive amounts of float. Here goes. There we go, beautiful. We're down, folks. We are down.
358 Juliet Sierra, right turn, Alpha Golf on the parking. Have a good day.
Alpha Golf to parking. Thank you, A Juliet Sierra. There we go. Well, never mind that. And can it get turned around? I think so. Because that's Alpha Bravo. I think you meant Alpha Golf, which is back this way. There we go. That's okay. We'll take what we can get, and we will laugh about turning around on an active runway, because that's all we can do. Oh man. Sucky approach. I should have turned on my ILS a long time before being cleared for the visual, to at least get some guidance. The cloud was literally in my way, so I did not have a visual reference for 3-4 left, but it did say I saw the airport. So we're on the ground, and we are going to go straight back to general aviation parking and call it a VATSIM stream. It's been quite an interesting and loud trip today, ladies and gentlemen, but we are down. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and clean up. I believe the yaw damper is off. Let's just double check. Yaw damper should be... Okay, yaw damper was on. It's off now. Okay. Indicator lever down and checked. Otherwise, we would have essentially destroyed our plane. Flaps are up. And... yeah, flap 0, lights, and transponder. What's up? Yeah. Okay, so quite the interesting night. I'm pretty sure. Real world weather? Yes, I am. I am using a weather rendering engine called FSX-WX. It's basically the bare bones freeware version of what you might get from something like Rex Skyforce or Active Sky Next. And basically, I learned this a long time ago, and it kind of blew my mind that the real world rendering in FSX, that's supposed to basically be what actually happens, is actually incorrect. It kind of like renders an idea of what real world weather is supposed to be, but it does not actually render what the real world weather is. That's strange. Why did I say Alpha Golf? And that wasn't it at all. Okay, well, yeah, like I said, FSXWX actually lets you pull real-world weather data from stations, and basically it's going to give you what you need. Let's turn this way to parking. Like me some Jaggies. Okay. Okay, so in theory, at least, general aviation parking is all around us, but I'm going to go ahead and turn right because the Navigraph charts kind of alluded to the smaller hangars as being general aviation. Yeah, and that was using FSX Weather Gen as well. Like, I was using real world weather, or what I thought was real world weather, but the problem is that that Weather Gen kind of bases it off of Jeppesen data. It doesn't actually like represent real world weather, but just an idea. So FSXWX actually gives you much better weather in general. The clouds look more realistically defined, even though they're the same default clouds. They're just grouped better, and that's kind of one of the reasons why my frame rate and my texture memory fails to load so much sometimes, because you actually render way more clouds that way. So let's see, we're good enough, we're parked. Let's go ahead, get the ground power connected and shut down. Ground power is connected, and let's go ahead and shut down. Thrust levers idle, parking brakes applied, windshield 1 and 2 switches, we're going to go ahead and turn them off. AOA knob, we leave auto. Engine 1 and 2 switches, we're going to turn off. Wing stab is off already. Start and stop knobs in the stop detent, and we'll turn off the fasten seatbelt lights. And I'll go ahead and turn off the fuel. Oh, good gravy! So many things. Okay, so exterior lights off, nav lights off, strobe lights off. We will go ahead and cut out the oxygen and turn off the generators, turn everything off except one battery, and pull the bottle handle. We'll turn the battery on and switches off once we're ready to shut down. Get the gust lock pin in, get the rudder gust lock set, and turn the lights off. So, there we go. There we go. We are on the ground. This is going to be my last flight for tonight. I might do another flight tomorrow to see if I can join up for the Chicago FNO. But, you know me, I'm not quite done just yet. I will see if I can't call ground services over. Great. So let's get deboarding over here. And we will pick American Airlines. Okay. And the pushback vehicle is inside the hangar, as you can see. But this is so I can get shuttle service over. Shuttle service is going to come in from what direction? It's going to come in from behind me. It'll be a little while. But yeah, this gives us a little chance to take a look at the Coronado Phantom 100 by Embraer in detail. I like this plane a lot. The detail in this thing is so good. It's worth every single lost frame just to fly this thing, because obviously there's so much stuff integrated. You know, you have the flight management system, and you can do stuff. Okay, Dozer, thanks so much for hanging out tonight. Really appreciate the support. You know, we're parked here. I'm just waiting to deboard my passengers, but might see you again tomorrow. It depends. I might do a little trucking stream too, or just fly, or just chill and pick it up again on Sunday. But otherwise, man, thanks for hanging out. Have a great night and take care. And I am still looking for that shuttle. I hear it. Oh, there we go. Here comes the van. Concierge service for my guests, because I am, of course, a concierge. I really like this this JetSuite livery for this Phantom. I wasn't flying it before. I might start doing that now. Oh, and the van just drives across the grass like nothing. Here we are. Okay, so there we go. They're loading up the passengers. They unloaded luggage. I'm going to go ahead and close my luggage compartments. The boarding is complete. Yeah. There goes the van. Let's see. Yep, there we go. So we're done here. Let's go ahead and shut the battery off. We are now officially cold and dark. And yeah, I'd say that's about it. We can go ahead and close everything up. Of course, at this point, I'd be on the outside. And there we go. Go outside. And one last thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead, set the static elements. We are parked. Ladies and gentlemen, we are parked for the night. Thanks again for coming along with me on this flight from... good gravy, I'm forgetting here. From San Diego to Sacramento. And thanks again to everybody that made the West Coast FNO event special, and to all those hard-working controllers out there. This is literally a labor of love. VATSIM being a basically a almost completely, totally, absolutely free service for users, and you know, the people that spend time being controllers and stuff. Like, I appreciate what you do. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for putting up with, you know, a still new pilot like me. And yeah, if it wasn't for the controllers, I'd still be, you know, flying with default ATC from FSX. So, guys, that's gonna do it for me. Have a great night, everybody. Hopefully you are doing very good, and that you're gearing up for a great weekend. Take care, folks. Have a great night. God bless you. Bye-bye.